So here's the thing, it's easy to get overwhelmed by the sheer number of accessories that are available for the iPad. I've looked at hundreds of options before narrowing down to the ones that really make sense. From those, I picked out the ones I use the most and laid them out in this video. Let's talk about the iPad before we dive into the accessories. I've also been an iPad user since the very first iPad, and I find myself drifting towards one particular iPad model the most. So I use my iPad frequently for various tasks, like taking notes, checking my calendar, reading emails, and of course enjoying media. Since I'm often on the move, I needed a small yet powerful iPad that can handle everyday tasks and note-taking. That's why I chose the iPad mini, as it perfectly meets my requirements in terms of power and portability. Although the iPad mini doesn't have the M series chips, I find it fast enough for my needs. The 120Hz refresh rate that's absent doesn't really bother me. Many third-party cases add quite a bit of bulk to the form factor that simply negate the value proposition that I needed. Hence, I went with Apple's Smart Folio in black. Now, this pairs really well with the second generation Apple Pencil, which, though released in 2018, is still the best Apple Pencil that you can buy. I like the fact that you can simply dock it on top to charge it, and it quickly charges within a few minutes. It stays fully charged if it's on the iPad, always ready to be used. From a design perspective, it has one flat side which rests well on the table without rolling off, and the form factor is comparable to the regular pencil. The tip is pressure sensitive, and when paired with the right screen protector, it just gives it that pen to paper feel. The double tap can be customized inside of settings, and it's fantastic to say the least. The new Apple Pencil with USB-C is a miss in my books, since it needs an external USB-C cord and doesn't have pressure sensitivity, which to me is quite useful in different apps. By adding in a paper-like screen protector from Switch Easy, it gives me the feeling of being very close of a real pencil and paper without damaging the pencil tip. It prevents fingerprints, smudges, and is highly responsive, and it's quite easy to apply. The AirPods Pro are a no-brainer product if you're in the Apple ecosystem to listen to music, to voice, and making you feel that you are a part of the ecosystem. So Apple's move to USB-C is really welcome for me, since it enables me to take lesser cords to charge. With the release of the USB-C edition, I was quick to transition to this one, since it would mean I don't really need to carry more cables to charge things up. With features like adaptive audio, active noise cancellation, transparency mode, conversation awareness, and personalized spatial audio with dynamic head tracking. Its feature set is one of the best to be executed so far in the in-ear audio entertainment. Combine that with dust, sweat, and water-resistant AirPods and the AirPods case. It's perfect for the gym goer, with a battery life of 6 hours with a single charge and 20 hours of reserve right in the case. Because of the iPad mini's form factor, it's difficult finding keyboards for the iPad mini, so I don't use a keyboard that's attached to the case. So instead I carry a foldable one, which is in my bag, in case I need to type more on the iPad. The best one I've found so far is from a company called Vato. It's a portable keyboard that folds 3 ways, and it has a trackpad on the right hand side. This trackpad is quite responsive, and the keyboard is comfortable, and it has enough key travel. It connects to the iPad via Bluetooth. So I do watch a lot of YouTube and Apple TV from my iPad regularly, and I find that the XRA Airs, which connect directly via USB-C, to be quite handy. It has a 120-inch screen, and it gives a fantastic feeling of watching something on a really large screen. And with my prescription lenses built right inside, it enables me to view anything that's on the iPad screen in a fairly large size. If you want to enhance the product further, you can add an X-ray beam that increases the image size to a whopping 320 inches. It offers a 3 DOF view, allowing you to resize the image and keep them in one place or move as your head turns. The X-Real Beam also has a built-in battery to extend the average view duration. Think of it like a power bank with the 3-dot function. When I use the X-Real Airs, I simply lay the iPad to the side and use the Elecom Relecom handheld trackball mouse, which is great and the best way to use the X-Real Airs. It's responsive and it takes away the need to use any other mouse or the finger gestures that are very difficult to use when you have the X-Real Airs on your face. When I'm at home, I dock my iPad, and for that I use this incredible J5 Create iPad dock. It also has additional ports and a charging slot on the side that comes in quite handy. So my iPad is always charged, ready to go. So at the beginning of each day, I just take it out to go. USB-C on the iPad has been a great asset to adding SSDs and thumb drives to it, to share data and to expand storage. So there are 2 alternative SSD drives that I personally use for quite some time, and they're from Samsung. I started with the T5 and now with the T7s I feel it's compact and portable. I look forward to trying the T9s. The other SSD drive I simply love is the Kingston XS2000s that comes in different capacities from 500 GB to 4 terabytes. It's much more affordable than the Samsung drives in the market. I also picked up a 2 TB Transcend flash drive. It's really small and portable. That's USB 3.2 Gen 2 with a data transfer rate of 10 gigabytes per second and a read-write of 1050 and 950 megabytes per second. So when I travel outside the city, I need something small and compact, a portable travel charger kit, and I use the one from Mophie. But I modified the contents quite a bit. I retained the 30-watt charger since the prongs tuck in nicely, but I replaced the cable with that of the Mazers, which is a nice braided USB-C to C cable. And then there is this trifold charging stand pad that charges my iPhone at a comfortable 15 watts wirelessly, the AirPods and the Apple Watch, and makes it feel that it was designed for it. I also like carrying around a really thin Momax MagSafe 15 watt 5000 milliampere wireless power bank with this InCharge X 6-in-1 universal 100-watt cable in lava black. This has 6 different charging combinations to virtually charge any device from any power source and supports Apple's fast charging of up to 18 watts. So if you want to see more of such videos around personal productivity or Notion, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon.